Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. If you would like the details to this look, make sure you like and subscribe and keep on watching for details. Okay, so here's a 16-inch curly wig, and I'm just gonna show you guys how it looks before the curls. And I used Bleach 30 volume developer and the highlights color in ash brown. You're gonna need gloves and a mixing brush and a bowl to mix all of your ingredients. So here I'm just going to put the highlights color by L'Oreal into a bowl, and we're gonna try to squeeze everything out and get out as much as you can. I only bought one bottle of this and one little packet of bleach. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use the highlights color or the bleach, so I bought one of each, and I'm going to use the highlights first, and then we're going to see how that turns out. Okay, so here I'm just going to show you guys that it was a few pieces of the dye that came out brown. I wasn't too sure about that, or if that would affect the color, so I just wanted to get that on camera. On the ingredients packet, it says, or on the directions rather, it says to use, I think, 2.4 fluid ounces of developer with every packet of the highlights color. So what I did, I just eyeballed it, and you can measure if you would like to. I just eyeballed it, and I'm gonna mix it up, and if it's at the consistency I want, then I'll leave it. If not, I'll add more developer. So here I'm just gonna check the bottle or the box to see if there was an expiration date on this color, because the brown spots were, I just thought that was a little odd. So that's what I was doing there. Okay, so on to the hair. I knew I wanted to wear a side part, so what I did was I parted it how I was gonna wear it, just so that I could see where exactly I wanted to put the color. And we're just gonna get that part together so that we can further put on the dye. Okay, so we're gonna clip that side piece over. I'm gonna separate the wefts from the frontal, and then what I'm gonna do next is do a middle part, and we're gonna section that off, just so that if I did want to switch up my hairstyle and wear this wig in a middle part, the dye would be even on both sides of the part. Okay, so now that we finished the front, I'm just gonna go ahead throughout the rest of the wig and section off and clip away some pieces, just so that when I'm putting the color on the hair, it's easier for me to maneuver through it and to see exactly where I want to place the color. And now I'm gonna go through each section and just pick small pieces of hair and apply the color to them. And you're gonna do that for each section. So now we're at the front of the wig, and this is that middle part I was telling you guys about, how I wanted the dye to be even on both sides. So I'm just going to take another piece of hair from the opposite side of the part, and I'm going to apply dye to that front piece so that if I did wear a middle part, the dye will look even on both sides. Okay, so now at this point, I'm just gonna go back through the entire wig, and I'm just gonna apply some of the dye to pieces of hair that I feel needs more color, or pieces that I feel would need color in general. So just go back through the hair and make sure it's to your liking. Here's the hair after I let that color sit on for about 45 minutes. I didn't like how light it came out, so I'm just gonna go back through it and use the bleach packet this time. And I'm gonna go back and go over the same exact pieces that I colored using the L'Oreal Highlights color. And for this, I just poured as much developer as I felt I needed. I'm going to stir it to see the consistency and add either more bleach or more developer depending on the consistency and based on how I like my bleach to be. Unfortunately, I threw my gloves away after I finished with the L'Oreal packet. I would suggest getting more gloves. You never want to use a chemical on your bare hands because it can burn your skin. So you will see me later in this clip getting a plastic baggie just so that I'm protecting my skin from the bleach. I only left the bleach on for about 15 to 20 minutes because I didn't want to over process the hair and burn it, which will then mess with the curls. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash it out. And the hair always looks darker when it's wet, and when it dries it's much lighter. But in the next clip you'll see how brown and how light it got from the L'Oreal and a little bit of bleach. Whenever you're washing out a chemical from your hair, you want to use a neutralizing shampoo just so that it stops coloring the hair, and you want to make sure all of the chemical is out of your hair. So I wash my hair about 3 or 4 times with shampoo, and then I'm going to go on with some conditioner. I just use Aussie, that's my preference, but you can use whatever you like. This is how the hair turned out after I washed out the bleach and the highlights color the day before. What I did was I put the colored hair in 2 braids. As you can see, the rest of the hair is just spread out in 3 equal parts on a plastic bag, and the rest of the bleach I had in that packet, I mixed that up and I put that on the remaining pieces of hair. On the 2 braids, I did put a little bleach on the ends of the braids just because I didn't want to over process the hair that I already processed the day before. Alright y'all, so this is how the hair is looking. I'm just afraid to wash the bleach out because I don't want it to look light with the bleach in it, and then I wash it out and it's darker than what it is, because that's what happened yesterday. And I don't have any more bleach, so this is gonna have to be the final product. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wash it out in like 3 minutes, and we're gonna see how it comes out. Alright, so this is the next day. The hair was still a little damp, so it looks darker than what it actually came out as, but I think it came out pretty good. She fell on the ground, we're gonna ignore that. But I love this hair, I highly recommend it. It was like a brown and blonde ombre type color. So please like and subscribe and shop Elite Beauty & Co. Thank you.